Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 775 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and joining me in pretend low Earth orbit, we have Chris DeBona.
Hi.
And Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
We have the back of Chris's head.
No, my one of my green screen highlights was pointing that way, which is not the right thing to do.
You know, I hear you. I have one of my highlights of that green screen highlight is not pointed right, so I got this big dim spot. So
Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff in my office, so there's like piles of equipment for the new company and just
so much shenanigan.
cables. There's a lot of shenanigans.
Shenanigan. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna screenshot right now because you got Cocaine Shark up on the screen, and now I have a thumbnail.
Cocaine Shark.
Because
Cocaine Shark.
We now know that there's going to be an entire cocaine animal cinematic universe.
Christ, what a tiring thing!
Right?
Is this from the Asylum? I'm assuming it is. You know, it seems like a very clever, fast follow by the Asylum. And you're muted, Zen.
Rob,
It's even worse. It's even cheaper than that.
It's so cheap. It's so cheap.
But
I didn't watch.
I mean, I am looking forward to Meth Gator. They haven't released the trailer for Meth Gator yet, but that's coming too. So.
Oh, this does not look.
No,
good.
it's.
Oh no, this
shameful.
is claymation. It's really bad.
Well, there's there looks like stop motion in there, which I'm all for, man.
Why does he have arms?
Well, because he's like part lobster too, for some reason. Because that's what happens when you do cocaine. You mutate
into a lobster.
Yeah,
into a lobster, into crustacean, right?
Yeah, that's the special
effects. Lobster, if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's obviously meant to be a joke movie, and the thing about Cocaine Bear is while it's meant to be a joke, it actually is also trying to be a movie. Like something like this is just like a bunch of friends in their camcorder running around having fun. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know what? And in that world, awesome. You know, good for them.
Right. I mean, look at that. That's a crazy monster.
I mean, that's very scary. Is that a cocaine mutant monkey spider?
I think
monkey?
That's a bat and king crab or spider crab rather.
Oh yeah, sure. That makes sense.
It's no Night of the Lupus.
But it makes sense.
Somehow it has arms too.
You can see the vision, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that, in all fairness, I watched like 5 Sharknado movies.
Oh, I didn't watch any of those.
But why?
The first Sharknado is actually quite funny. And then after that, every Sharknado movie is just trying to be more Sharknado. And so every Sharknado movie then gets worse because it's trying to top the previous Sharknado. And the first Sharknado is charming for just being a silly
Canada?
Like you know me. If there's a monster in it, I'll watch it. But
sure,
I don't know that I will ever see a better bad sci-fi horror movie than Sky Sharks. I'm just gonna
Sky Sharks fun.
Sky Sharks is to this day my favorite of those movies. It is so fantastic. Can't give it enough praise. It should win an Oscar.
You might enjoy Sharknado.
Oscar?
But it's silly. Oh, as far as
worth
Oscar,
pointing out the woman that we're seeing on the screen here is also known for Camp Murder, Noah's Shark.
Ooh,
it's like Noah's Ark, but Noah's Shark, which I haven't seen. Children of Camp Blood and Dune World. Now, here's the thing I'm going to say about Miss what's her name, Samantha Coolidge here. And I've said this before on the cast. When I see someone whose work, as hers is, shows no end of just nose to the grindstone, she's gonna do the work, it's gonna come out 2019, 2020, 2021,
Vancouver.
2021, 2021, 2023. It's like she took a little break for like COVID or something, or maybe she had a kid or got married. I don't know, but this woman works.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Noah's Shark is probably not art, but quantity has a quality all its fucking own. So
I respect
good on
the working
you, Miss
actor.
Coolidge.
I respect the working
your work
actor.
ethic. I'm never going to watch any of this garbage, but good on you, lady.
I am
on you.
now up to 37 of 39 Oscar movies watched.
Oh, and she's married to Ryan Dalton, who's one of the other guys in the show.
That explains
there
it.
you go.
That explains it.
He was in
Nepo
Noah's
baby.
Shark as well. Invasion of the Empire of the Apes and Amityville in space. I mean, these people don't screw around.
Space.
Amityville in space.
Yeah, he was also in Children of Camp Blood, Camp Murder, and wait for it, Doll Shark. These people are having a great time, and I envy them.
Yeah, I like aunts and uncles of Camp Blood. I've never seen Children of Camp Blood.
I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, and it doesn't matter.
It's it's a family thing. So
yeah, it's family business.
That's right.
Ryan Dalton,
like Sleepaway Camp.
Sure.
Kinda. Guys.
No. So
he's a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a voice actor. This guy works.
I finished All Quiet on the Western Front. And my next one on the list is Bardo, which I didn't realize is actually directed by Inarritu. And so now I'm actually super excited about it because I watched like the first 2 minutes of it and it's really weird and funny. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's the guy who directed Birdman. And The Revenant, I think. So like legit director, but the opening scene is like super funny, and I'm really excited to watch the rest of it now. That's my highlight. Well, my other watching that I'll just get out of the way right now before we go too far off the list is I want to talk about Picard for a minute, because I finished it about 10 minutes before we started, before I booted up the streaming PC.
You finished it or it finished you?
So this episode of Picard is the best episode of all 3 seasons of Picard. I legit enjoyed it. Okay. And I realized at the end it was because Rafi was not in it once. They finally stopped doing the thing that I hate where there's obviously two separate production units that never meet and film things that are, whatever, vaguely connected. This was an episode where a crew has to work together to solve a vaguely science fiction-y related problem. And while they struggle with their personal relationships, they grow beyond them and work together as a team and solve the problem together. And guys, it felt like an actual honest-to-goodness episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm not saying it's great. It just felt like what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
I had to get that off my chest. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
She was kind of a downer in the first season that I watched.
She's a screen stopper to me now because
she just sucks in all the scenery.
She blew it for me because the way they introduced that character sucked so hard. I just never once, like every time she comes on the screen, I get the little shivers up my back crawl because she called Jean-Luc JL like 30 times in 2 episodes.
JL.
And that made me so angry.
Come on, JL. Hey, JL.
Come on, JL. Don't you know we're old friends? We have cool nicknames for each other. Can't you tell, audience?
No.
That might not. It wasn't even necessarily her problem as an actress.
Is Rios still in Picard?
Writing. No, he's gone.
All right.
Rios was good. Well, they got rid of Rios and Alison Pill, who were the 2 characters that I liked the most last season.
Yeah, but Alison Pill's character was terrible.
I enjoyed it, but I thought.
Did you watch the show?
I did. She chewed up that scenery.
Terrible.
She chewed.
I mean, she's a great actor, but what was she doing? It was so dumb. It was so.
I liked it. That was the only thing I liked last season when it all came out, when it all settled down. I liked Alison Pill, and I liked what they did with the character.
No. My favorite part was when Wesley came back because,
Wait, Wesley Crusher came back? I thought he was just doing the after credits crap.
No, he had a cameo. He's going to have a cameo this season too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
is he the Traveler now, or what's going on?
So, kinda.
Or is he like a clone of his father?
He's part of the according to last season, he's part of that whole Traveler group, because they're an organization.
Yeah, a unit.
They're like Section 32, but like
they're like
another planet.
They're like the Q, where there's like apparently like a whole posse of Qs, and they just get along.
But different than
Q's
the Qs.
Posse. Is what they are. Okay.
Q Patrol. Anyway, I gotta say, like,
I
this
I
is
I admit I kinda liked Rios. That was,
he
like, the
was
only one I
he
kinda
was
liked in
fine.
the whole thing,
He was fine. He had a good introduction in the
God,
season
I
1,
hated
and
that
I liked what
show.
they did with his character in season 2.
And they what, they kill him off, or what do they do?
He was left
Didn't he
in the
fall in love with
2020s.
someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
They
like
left him back in
I have to.
time.
Oh.
He's helping the immigration problem.
The doctor
But
girl.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, he stayed behind in our time, our
Yes.
shitty time,
Yes, because he fell in
'cause
love.
he fell in love and he really wants to fight the good fight for the
Yeah.
immigrant problem in the past, thereby causing problems in
Yes.
time with the paradox and probably
Yes.
getting arrested by the Time Corps or the
Yeah.
Travelers, or
Yeah, Wesley will show
Yeah.
up and put him in
Wesley will show
cuffs.
up and say, "No, no, no, you have to let these immigrants continue to suffer, otherwise the future can't happen.
Yep.
Here, have a Red Angel suit and let's go into the far
Or,
future
he'll
Loki
where
show
and
up
you
with
can fight against anti-Federation immigrant
yeah.
sentiment in the year 75.
Tom
He'll
Hiddleston is
show
showing up.
he'll show up with a version of Murdoch where he stayed the spider monster. I can't remember what his character's name was in
Oh, no,
Star Trek
he
Next
went
Generation.
to the future of Noah's Shark,
Oh, yeah.
and,
He went to fight in
and
the
worked with
cocaine
Ryan
cinematic
Dalton and
universe.
his wife, Samantha Coolidge,
That's right.
on the Ryan Dalton, Samantha Coolidge cinematic shark universe.
That's right. All right. So this this wrestling story, Rob,
Which one?
the
Oh, yeah.
WWE and
I don't know that this is a good thing.
No,
You
Rob,
shouldn't be able to bet on scripted matches.
Rob, I want to ask a question. Is this real?
Yeah.
And we lost him. Oh.
I'm back.
Oh.
Is it real, Rob?
Is this a real story?
How can this be real?
Oh. Dude, that's why I mean it's not particularly on topic, but it's just so crazy to me that, like, how is this ever gonna not be shady?
Right?
Do you know what I mean?
Like, are you betting on which
no
Avenger lives at the end of the Avengers movie? Can I bet on Kang?
It seems weird.
It is very weird, but I mean, quite frankly, the only reason boxing is as lucrative and still exists like it does is because of the betting.
For sure.
And like it's serious money.
Oh, for sure.
So this would be a huge for the organization, but
except
I
it's
don't
fake.
know how. Yeah, I don't know how you keep this from just being exploited, right?
I guess the article is making the comment about how people do bet on things like the Academy Awards and stuff too, but
sure.
But they have to have, like, they got the dude in the suitcase, like with the chain around his wrist with the secret answers, like, which I totally
have an
believe.
accounting firm,
right?
They have an accounting firm watching over those things,
right? But in
guarding it with their lives.
But in this, I mean, one must assume that there are rehearsals, and one must assume that that like there's a lighting man or a camera guy that knows what's happening.
I don't think there's rehearsals.
Oh no.
No.
Like for their blocking.
They talk about it for sure. But yeah.
So you're saying that there's just like three people. The only people that know who the results are going to be is the two wrestlers and like the writer.
Oh no, they all know what the outcome is. There's just isn't a game plan that it's improv. Basically.
Sure, but like how many people on the production know the final, like, you know, that the man bear is going to win?
The wrestlers, the ref, the fight booker, and probably that's it.
Probably, I would assume like whoever's filling Vince McMahon's role, like doesn't like a producer and like a writer know?
Right, that's what I mean. The bookers.
The bookers.
Yeah,
I guess I would think of them as producers and not bookers, but I guess that I don't know the rules of wrestling.
You can't get pinned.
All right.
I think there's something involving a table and a chair.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, for
4
sure.
chairs to the head and one
folding,
table on the back.
A folding chair.
Right. Not like a credenza, not like a chest.
Not like
yes.
Or like a lazy boy. or something like that.
Yeah,
No one's
that would
no
cause
one's
way too much damage. Right,
smashing
no.
anyone with a recliner.
I mean, imagine someone like picking up a sofa bed. They're really heavy and like
Yeah,
hitting you with it. It'd be like getting hit by a Civic. You can't do
yeah.
it.
Although
Yeah,
apparently, if this happens, you can vote on what piece of furniture, or you can bet on what piece of furniture a wrestler's
they're
going to
gonna
hit with
use.
next. Right.
But isn't this kind of like if you have like a moderately famous person in a, I don't know, Jurassic Shark 2, Sharkpocalypse, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna
Second
get it.
time's the chum.
Second time's the jump.
Mm.
It's like,
I
or
I
if
do
it's like
not I do
it,
not
it
endorse that pun.
No, it doesn't quite work.
or if you have
No.
Shark Encounters of the Third Kind,
I like that better.
that, it's kind of like Chekhov's gun, or Chekhov's shark in this case, right? Where you're like, oh, something's gonna happen with that shark later. So like if they have like 4 folding chairs just happens to be next to the thing, you're like, they're probably gonna use
Why
them.
are all those folding chairs on the
But if
ring?
they have like one of those Torchiere lights from the 80s, you're like, there's no reason for that to be there unless they hit somebody with it, right? So yeah. Anyone else buffering? I don't know, Amblue. Maybe the Shark Encounter of the Third Kind
Ooh.
caused problem when frozen Sasquatch
Oh
was
yeah.
eaten by Sharkula.
Sharkula.
This is all Wild Eye Productions, Ryan Dalton and his wife, hamming it up. All I have to say is these people must have incredible pot because,
Access to the good stuff.
I mean, they got access to the good stuff. So that's all I'm saying.
Indeed. Well,
But yeah, no, this is, WOD having betting. It's just like, I don't know. It feels very 976. Call Miss Cleo. You just need an excuse to give us more money. So why don't you?
I don't see how this.
It doesn't make
I don't see how this could possibly. I don't know.
I think when they started allowing DraftKings, basically legalized sports betting across the whole country, they were like, nothing matters anymore. This is regulators giving up on life and deciding they like the money from gambling more than they care about all the things they said they cared before. They're like, you know what? Between lotteries, sports betting, DraftKings, fantasy betting, why not? Yeah, sure. WWE. Well, we should bet on the next episode of Daniel Tiger if Daniel Tiger is going to be a fucking tiger.
Whoa. Is Peppa
because
Pig
it'll allow
still a
people to
pig?
put more money into our bank accounts.
What's the over under on that?
I've told you everything I know about Daniel Tiger. It happened too long ago. My kids are too old for Daniel Tiger betting.
Yep. My kids are too old for all those shows now. Now all they ever watch is internet reactions to memes.
All right.
Hours and hours and hours.
Is that the next story, or am I in the wrong order?
No. That's just my reality.
Okay.
There are now YouTubers who just watch memes, and that's what we watch.
Oh.
Yeah,
is that what your kids are into?
Like they're beyond the Phineas and Ferb era.
I see.
And they're kind of done watching streamers like play video games. Now it's memes in my house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right, we got a newly discovered enzyme that turns air into electricity. Rob, you said this was something you wanted for the game.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. It's they found this enzyme in bacteria that they know are particularly long-lived, and they found that even just a trace of hydrogen in the atmosphere was enough for these bacteria to convert into energy with the help of this enzyme.
Did they turn it? And they're saying they're turning them into an electrical current.
Yeah,
which is weird. I mean, that's really neat.
Yeah, so one of those, it works in a test tube right now, but once you get the basics down and figure out the process, it's just a matter of time. We're smart monkeys, right? We iterate. That's what we do.
Move fast and break things.
And then Wild Eye's going to have sharkteria, when somebody mixes this enzyme with a shark.
Yeah. Electric shark.
Yeah, electric sharks.
Do.
Electric shark. Yeah. Basically, now I'm fully bought into the Wild Eye cinematic shark universe. It's
I see.
I see everything through the lens of how can I combine this with a shark.
Right. PCP possum.
PCP possum.
Yeah.
Good.
The heroin hamster.
Although meth gator apparently is asylum. So. Yeah.
Like I said, weed tiger isn't really that exciting. It just mostly lounges.
Right.
Yeah.
And watches Tiger King.
I wonder if like the weed tiger would watch Daniel Tiger and go, man,
Oh yeah.
Daniel's got it sewn up. I bet you he's
Right.
got all the marijuana. You know?
Dude.
He's got vast fields of marijuana.
Daniel Tiger knows Mr. Rogers, man.
Yeah, in the end they just fight it with a giant ball of yarn.
Yeah.
It just plays with it until it starves to death.
Oh, man. I mean, they're just big kitties, you know?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day 2046?
You skipped a story.
Oh, did I? Not. The opioid
Viagra.
story. Yep, you're right. All right, we've got. This is great. Tell us, Rob.
Well, this is just funny because it's part of the fentanyl like craze, right?
Yeah.
It's like fentanyl's dangerous. Fentanyl's everywhere. They're shipping it into the country. So this is, I can't remember exact. I think it was a year's worth of seizures, and they found no fentanyl whatsoever. They found zero fentanyl. They found a few,
and piles of
boxes.
Yeah.
Yes, they found tons and tons of Viagra and non-prescription medicine that's cheaper someplace else. So people are, getting their bulk acetaminophen or whatever, or bulk blood pressure meds from Mexico. That's what our government has been seizing to protect us.
I'd imagine that insulin would have been something like that, but that's not pills.
Well,
right?
yeah, it's not just pills. We're
Gotcha.
talking about all packages that they examined and found contraband in. So anyway, not a whole lot of fentanyl or even opiates. Tons of boner pills.
Are you implying that maybe some industry is using the might of the government to control prices in their market and elevate fear?
No, I'm saying the government is generating that so they can do this. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the farmers. Well, I guess they warn about fentanyl, but I mean, I don't know how much this helps their bottom line.
Well, I think they're raising fear of fentanyl to increase the pressure of the government to steal packages from shipping because that's cut into their profit margin.
Sure, absolutely that. But I look at this more like this is good for law enforcement and the government too, right? There's always something fearful to have, and they can pop in a story about how they stopped it. Things get bad someplace. Yeah.
Whatever. And also the cops now have a supply closet full of boner pills.
Well, this just reminds me, just today in my little town's Facebook group, someone posted that someone they didn't know came to their house, which happens all the time here. Like some strange car came and there was a weird guy and he said he was trying to sell me. He was trying to sell me something, but then they left and didn't. Like vacuum salesmen out here, like get guns pulled on them. That's what happens out in the country here in Michigan, right? But in those comments was a lady. The guy handed this lady like a brochure or something for the Kirby vacuums he was trying to sell, and someone warned her that she shouldn't have touched it because it could have been covered in fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
And I'm like, that's what you think drug dealers are doing? They're covering paper with fentanyl, driving out someplace that has a population of 1,000 people and killing people, because that's what you do with fentanyl.
Should have bought the vacuum.
Yeah. So anyway, it just reminded me of the story.
Well, it's the standard thing, right? Ain't nobody giving you drugs for free. That's not real. They're charging you for your drugs. All right, guys. Valentine's Day 2040. I lost the headline. On 2046. I guess. Well, we'll be fine because I assume that 23 years from now we'll all still be in pretend low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
So we won't get hit by the asteroid that NASA's monitoring. That post got removed.
Yeah, from damn, that's interesting.
It actually showed up on Slashdot as well, I think.
Slashdot?
I know.
I've heard of that.
I know, I have too. It's weird. Then they actually had different odds than
Space potato.
Yep, Space Bud.
But I mean, I'm just putting this out there. Maybe for our episode on that day, we get on it and ride it to Earth, right?
Oh yeah!
What a great ending to the podcast.
Dramatic finale.
Just be ride an asteroid down to the Earth, right?
We're gonna
We should put
who's the guy?
Well,
Slim Pickens.
Slim Pickens
Wee
would be just like that. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw, down to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna one up Strangelove. That'll be great.
Yeah.
So anyway, get ready, Armageddon. We I guess we lost the
Spin
use
up
of Bruce
your
Willis.
Aerosmith, you know.
Yeah, we lost the use of Bruce Willis, so we're gonna need breed up a new generation.
I think Ben
mean,
Affleck's still available though. So
Yeah,
I mean, Bruce can't talk, but he can still do stuff, right?
yeah, man.
that's true.
Like, why are you so hard on poor Bruce?
I imagine that the ability to defeat an asteroid is like one of those things. You know how you have the dementia patients that still can play the guitar or whatever. They still have the skill that they mastered, but they've forgotten the names of their family.
Yeah.
Maybe blowing up an asteroid is like that. Like he's just done it so many times.
Blowing up asteroids is something you can get with muscle memory. Sure.
Right. Exactly right.
I'd imagine there's a shark in this asteroid. It's
Moon
shark asteroids.
Shark asteroid.
Cocaine shark asteroids.
Shark meteor? Meteor shark.
Shasteroid?
Shasteroid. There you go. It's better than potatoid.
I like meteor shark because the shark should be meteor.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
Yeah.
Duck! You've got 23 years.
Yeah.
But you can start doing this like you're running, and then you're already at the special effects level of cocaine shark.
Say what you will, those guys, they ship.
They're working.
There's a lot of power in shipping.
Now, what you need to do is just have that, asteroid maybe get 1 pixel closer each time.
Right. I could put it on a scroll, that'd be all right.
That'll work. All right, the last one that we have on the list is the bank run. Guys, it's the Roaring 20s again.
It's very stressful.
Says the guy whose bank is Silicon Valley Bank.
We have 2 companies with SVB accounts, so we're trying to, we're not. I'm not looking to a future where we stay.
Check out what one of our ex-coworkers said in the other Discord channel.
Oh no, which one? In Paddle Creek or?
No, Nate.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Oh, is he there too?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Shit. Payroll is.
Oh, good. That's just gonna be fine. So okay, this isn't okay. I don't know the details here, but I assume this might be my naivete. But wouldn't the banking wing be separate from the investment wing? Isn't there a rule? Isn't there a rule like you have to keep those separate?
No. So here's the thing. The thing about Silicon Valley Bank that they would always say to you when you opened up an account there. So the first time I went there, the lobby on the right, the gals and guys at the reception. And then on the left was a big glass wall, and behind it were all these bottles of wine and cases of wine. I'm like, what's the deal with the wine? And the story 12 years ago, 18 years ago, 7 years ago was, see, the thing is about Silicon Valley Bank, we're not like normal banks, right? Most banks, you get a Federal Reserve account, and then you're expected to make loans against that money to increase or decrease the economy according to what the Federal Reserve wants. And I'm like, yes, I'm familiar with the ABA system. Please, what am I new? And they're like, yeah, our problem is we have no loans. So the way that most banks make money is by making loans, but nobody wants to borrow money because the technology business is too profitable. So we're always looking for ways of giving loans. And so what happens is people have an exit and they decide they want to go be a winery snob and buy a winery in Napa. So we give them the money to do it. And then we end up with lots of wine.
So instead of mortgages to the neighborhood, like in what Miracle
they don't
on
do
54th
car
Street,
loans. They don't.
They just let venture capitalists borrow against their stock.
That's right.
Okay, cool. You're hosed.
Yeah, I think that's at the root why they're in trouble. Is
Gotcha.
all the interest rates went up. We had the big crash over the last year. So all the things they were loaning against was worth less. And then it seems like they were also buying just normal securities because they're like, we got to do something with the money, and
I
they're eating
mean,
it now. So
I feel like I post this jokingly that it's the Roaring 20s, but
the
eventually
Roaring 20s.
that's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm keeping all of my net worth in Bitcoin and NFTs,
Oh, good Lord.
untouchable.
Well, this is the thing. All the people who are like, "See, I told you crypto was the way to go." It's like
Crypto's down too.
well,
Crypto's
I'm
down.
not sure that's true.
Crypto's
Yeah.
way
So
down.
there's a deal book story on the New York Times that goes into exactly what they did that was weird. So yeah. And then they wanted to go raise money in a secondary offering in the worst market possible to do it. And people are like, yeah, maybe not.
Bad time.
And so now they're apparently in talks to sell the damn thing to probably Goldman or Chase or one of the big ones, So
Wow.
because they ostensibly have large deposits and huge deal flow. It's just, they're a specialty bank.
Does okay, this is a weird question. With all the people that got laid off from the big tech companies, and a lot of them would then have accelerated vesting.
Yeah.
Does that
not at SVB though? There's no personal accounts at SVB.
No, it's just businesses.
Yeah, it's just business accounts. So yeah,
it's not a bank in the sense of how I think of banks.
It's not.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, good luck to your companies, and I guess to our other friends' company, because
you're invested in the game company, my friend. You should care about this. So.
I try not to think too hard about any of this because I don't have high hopes for the market in general.
Yeah. Well, Greg Becker, who's the CEO of Silicon Valley Bank, yesterday said, the only reason we have a bank run is because people are doing a bank run against our company.
That's true.
Venture capitalists shouldn't tell. Venture capitalists like Peter Thiel, who, again, not a great guy, but he's like telling all of his companies, get the hell out of SVB. And he's probably shorting SVB in the process. I mean, because he never does anything without covering all of his bets. And it's like, yeah. And like all the VCs are like, yeah, I guess SVB isn't going to be a thing.
That's wild.
So, yeah.
Well, here's hoping. Do we have anything?
Hoping.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Chris. I hope it stops at SVB and it doesn't trickle down to the entire financial sector and take down the entire fucking economy, because that's how these things go.
Again.
Yeah, again. Yep. Is there anything fun media-wise for us to enjoy? I haven't watched this week's Poker Face.
I just watched the last Poker Face.
It's on my queue. It's hopefully this afternoon.
It was good.
Although after Ship Mountain, I don't know if they can top Ship Mountain. That was
it was really good.
That's a good episode. And I have 2 Oscar movies left. I have Close and Bardo. Bardo looks like it's going to be really awesome. Close does not look like it's going to be really
What's Close about?
2 young boys and their friendship and a difficult secret.
Oh, a difficult secret.
I don't know what the difficult secret is.
I thought it was just about people who don't understand personal space.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's possible too.
Which resonates.
Yeah. And then the actual Oscars are this weekend, and the Everything Everywhere All at Once just passed some milestone where it has now won more awards during awards season than Return of the King, which I think was the previous holder for won the most awards on all of the awards shows. So they are heavy favorites for many categories, and well deserved. That's a great movie.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Wild Eye's production of Viagra Dog.
Viagra Dog?
Yeah, I think that's their next big thing.
It's better than LSD Lizard.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, now everybody has to come up with
Cialis Canine.
All right, that's better than Drug Dog.
Yeah.
Or Heroin Goose.
Marijuana Monkey.
Goose. Heroin Goose. That's not a very interesting movie.
That's not. No,
Marijuana Monkey.
These are jerks,
Yeah.
And then some rich person, this is the after credit scene from Heroin Goose. A rich person is eating some foie gras, and they're like, "Oh, this is such good foie gras," and they must have more heroin foie gras. So,
How about Molly Monkey?
Molly Monkey, but he just wants to hug you.
Aw, he's so fuzzy.
Yeah.
He's so fuzzy.
Oh.
Just give him a glow stick and he's fine.
Yeah.
He's happy. He's just listening to Skrillex.
Yeah.
I guess they're probably
Or the
not listening
cheat.
to Skrillex anymore.
Doing light bulb raves.
I did not install that switch so you could have
Yeah.
a light switch rave. It's sad that I have that rent free in my brain forever.
Oh yeah.
All right,
The
folks.
system is down. The system is down.
I have that. I've had that
The
MP3.
system is down. The system is down.
I've had that MP3 in my library for 20 years.
Oh, it's so good, man.
It's good stuff. All right. Should we say goodbye to the internet? And I think I'm going to have to upload this episode because it looks like we've been dropping about 30% of our packets.
Why? I thought the other Rob was the internet challenge one.
No, I think that since I had that big power outage, I think my internet has become gloriously unstable.
I see.
Maybe someday I'll have stable again. So goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona. Duck, you only have until 2046 to dodge the meteor above your head. Ah! With special effects easily as good as Molly Monkey. All right. I was Rob Commander Taco Malta. That was episode 775 of Geeks in Space. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.